In the Japanese city of Heian, now Kyoto, between 1000 and 1012 CE, the remarkable Murasaki Shikibu wrote what most scholars believe was history's first novel. Radically departing from the subjects and styles of previous literature, The Tale of Genji features no mighty warriors, men on quests, or pawns of the gods. Its titular hero is an irresistibly handsome titleless prince, skilled in poetry, painting, fashion, and possessed of amazing empathy with women. Genji is no hardcore adventurer, facing down giants and monsters as in epic poetry, but more akin to the chivalric knights of later medieval European romances. A Genji is a son of an emperor who has been made a commoner to downsize an expensive harem bloated with princes, or to protect a certain child from rivals' plots. Murasaki Shikibu, who now adorns 2,000 yen banknotes, was a poet from an offshoot of the ruling Fujiwara clan, and a Heian court lady-in-waiting from 1005 to 1011 CE. Though she wrote the Tale of Genji in Japanese, she was so brilliant that she learned Chinese at the time for men only, just by listening in on her brother's lessons. In the courtly world of Heian-era Japan, in which Murasaki lived and set her novel, culture and refinement was the norm, but among nobles so was polygamy. Each aristocrat typically acquired a main spouse, one with political ties, through an early life arranged marriage, then later chose second and third wives plus mistresses. Noble ladies could expect to bear sons, write poetry and diaries, wait behind their screens for their roaming husbands to call, and, if daring, discreetly entertain other men. To be born a male in this culture might sound, to many men, like a dream life, but in the novel, Genji's situation proves to be both complicated and hazardous. Son of the emperor and his favorite love interest, who rivals had tragically hounded to her death, Genji is in mortal danger from the emperor's jealous first wife, the Lady Kokiden. But in the novel's first big twist, he grows up to be so charismatic and engaging that he wins over most of the court, including even enemies, who then abandon schemes against him. Once Genji's rare ability to understand women blooms, a series of marital and romantic adventures, intrigues, and disasters unfold throughout the story's first stage. During this long novel, its huge cast quotes almost 800 poems to communicate in social or romantic situations, most from the Kokinshu, which we surveyed in Part 1. Across years of marriages, affairs, and seductions, Genji, though declared a commoner, manages to become the father and grandfather of 2 future emperors. At the height of his success and influence, he builds an opulent mansion, with 4 courts named after the seasons, as homes for the women in his life. But as Genji ages, he is rebuffed by a younger woman he tries to seduce, and forced to accept his latest wife's unfaithfulness with the son of his childhood best friend. While sounding like a modern soap opera, The Tale of Genji has also been acclaimed for over a millennium for its unique, insightful portrayals of human love. Sadly, far from remaining a perfect man from a lady's point of view, older Genji manifests gross insensitivity at times, even flashes of selfishness, deeply wounding women. As it turns out, Genji dies at just 52, after which the novel follows the lives of his flawed descendants, each mirroring one of his qualities, but none shining with them all. In penning the story of one particular descendant, Murasaki is credited with another huge innovation, crafting the first true anti-hero found in global literature. Waiting at home for men, courtly Heian women had much time to reflect and write. Thus, it's their diaries that have supplied most of our knowledge of life during this period. Going beyond diaries to create a groundbreaking 1,000-page novel, Murasaki pioneered themes like every woman's search for a perfect mate and the fragile preciousness of sensitivity. And she daringly forged a type of hero not previously seen, handsome, empathetic, yet ultimately flawed, who gradually became a standard trope in romantic fiction. That Murasaki Shikibu template, handsome rogue who understands women, finally attained global familiarity via modern literary characters like Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind.
Now that you've met Genji, arguably the earliest hero of the emerging novel genre, you may enjoy comparing the soap opera elements of his rise and fall with those of the tragic epic romancers in our episode 5.